This boy just came up to me in the gym and was like, I'm just curious, how old are you? And I was like, 25. And he was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, you looked a lot younger from farther away, my bad, and walks away.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at modern women being ignored by men. Don't forget to leave your thoughts, your comments, and let's jump right into the video.
I moved here from Ohio. I've only been in LA for like 7 months. I've been dating, and I just have a question. Why are all the guys here so fake? Like, every guy I go out with, I'm like, I just want a real man. Like, I just want an honest, tall, real king. Because I'm a natural queen.
It's really disturbing how she can say that she's a natural queen when she has a face just that does not look very natural at all. Let's put it that way.
Can somebody please explain to me why society shames women aging but not men? This actually keeps me up at night, and I would really love to hear some of your views, because this double standard it's really, really fucked as you get older as a woman. I have to tell you.
That is because aging for men and women is quite different. Honestly, you know, these women who think they're more attractive at 50 are straight up delusional, but let's be honest, a man can get more attractive as he ages to women. It doesn't tend to work the other way around at all.
What is wrong with boys these days? Like, none of them have their license and can drive. Like, sue me if I want to be treated like a princess and get picked up in an actual car and vehicle to go on a date. I know about like 10 guys who just don't care about getting their license. Like, do they even want to get a girlfriend? Like, the hottest thing about my boyfriend when I started dating him is that he had his own car. Genuinely, part of me was attracted to him because of his car.
If it really means that much to her, she can spend her own money to get an Uber to the date.
Males are women's biggest haters, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Now that I believe. Because oftentimes it is considered to be an exercise in complete and total futility to try to convince anyone to go against their own opinions, or even to take into consideration the possibility that they could be incorrect.
They will always find an opportunity, males like this, they will always try to find an opportunity to bring self-assured, confident, independent women down.
Truly self-assured and confident people don't even need to acknowledge things like that. They just go on with their day.
Modern women can't seem to help but tell on themselves when it comes to their rampant insecurities.
I got a question. Maybe TikTok, maybe you got some advice, some of y'all out there. Where are the actual men at? Like, there's a lot of boys playing dress up, pretending to be men. You know, they talk the talk, and they're really good at bullshit talking. Good at that. But when push comes to shove, they run tail tucked between their legs. They're not actually men. And most of the time, that's why as women choose to stay single. Because I've been single for a while.
She's missing quite a few teeth, and I don't, say that to be rude or anything, but let's be honest, she's not choosing to be single. The market, aka men, chose that for her.
And I got 4 kids, and I'm not trying to raise somebody else's son because he ain't ready to be a man yet. Like, I'm 41 years old. I ain't got time to play games like that. And a lot of the men who want to be with me, they're not men. They're boys. I'm sorry. The boys that want to be with me, who pretend like they're men. So where are the actual men at? Because I promise you, I am definitely every bit of an alpha female. So if you want to be with me, you have to be firm in your masculinity, because I will intimidate you. I am very independent, and I don't ask for help very often.
What kind of a sales pitch is that exactly? How would any man hear that and just be interested in her? It just makes no sense to me.
I'm not telling you don't date in DC. I was just relaying the information to y'all. Y'all do what you want. Honestly, dating, I feel like people don't care to date. Men and women. I don't even know if the city matters at this point. Enjoy your time. Live your life.
It's not the city where she's living. It's going to be the same thing for her across the entire planet.
Men are going to expire once they hit 30. Who is expiring? Who's going to expire? 40. I'm still not going to expire. Who's expiring? Like, who are these men talking about? Not me. I'm gonna be sexy forever. I'm literally gonna be sexy forever.
Women like this refuse to believe that they wasted their youth, and there's just absolutely no hope for them, I think.
I'm sorry, I just have something I have to get off my chest. Women do not expire at 40. Who made that rule? What obvious man made that rule to decide that we are somehow no longer valuable when we hit 40 or desirable? Is that true? Because
It has been that way for thousands of years. This isn't something men just decided recently.
you know, it is to the morons. It is to the morons. That is true. The douchebags, that's actually the quintessential thing to look for. If a man thinks a woman has an expiration date, he is a douche. He will douche you over in the future. Do not waste your time because he is a fickle prick, okay? A fickle prick. He will look at you one day and be like, ew, because you're not fucking 20 years old. Like, don't give your life to a man like that. Don't.
The 20-year-old is prettier, oftentimes friendlier, more fertile if the dude wants to have kids, and comes with less attitude and less baggage.
The hottest thing a man can do is make a girl feel like he doesn't need her, but he wants her. And like, he's okay with shit not working out between them because he just has a lot of options. Like, we're good, baby. Like, it's great meeting you, but like, if it doesn't work out, whatever. I just feel like that's just such a hotter energy to be giving off. You have such an abundant mindset. You have other options. I'm not your only source of female energy. Like, that's attractive.
In other words, if you are a Chad or a Tyrone, women will flock to you. What a startling revelation.
So whenever I travel, I go and I swipe on the apps just for shits and giggles, you know? And I get so many matches with when I'm in Europe. Like, it's kind of upsetting because I'm in America and I don't get that many matches in America. But when I'm in Europe, I'm a hot tamale. Like, come on. So, do I have to move to Europe for a little bit?
Women like this base their entire worth on the number of matches they get on dating applications. Bear in mind, this is not the amount of men that will actually take them seriously, which just makes it even funnier.
I have never wanted a man more than I do right now. I just came to Trader Joe's to do some last minute shopping. Super packed. I parked kind of around the corner, so a little far. Yeah. If I had a man, I would just pick out the stuff and have them carry the rest. No, okay, I'm walking around with 2 big old bags of poisonette and I'm tired. Can I just have a man in this instance just for this particular reason and then I'm out? Like, that'd be great. That's all I want.
That is exactly why she's still single. Men are human beings, not slaves who exist to just lift heavy items.
Reason 1,000,001 why the dating apps fucking suck is the men on there are ass fucking ugly. Y'all literally built the fire, then climbed into the pot. You decided amongst yourselves that putting effort into how you look, caring about your appearance means you're gay. Now you're unattractive and women don't want to be with you. And yet you somehow still feel entitled to having an attractive, intelligent partner. But then she makes you feel insecure because you don't like how you look. You don't feel good about yourself.
It's pretty bold to say that men don't care about their appearance when she's got a septum ring. This is something we have talked about on the channel many times over with separate videos.
You lack self-confidence and then you blame her. If you don't put effort into how you look and how you present yourself, why would I think you're going to put effort into me and our relationship if you can't even do it for yourself? Take a fucking shower, get a haircut, get a skincare routine, and start wearing some better clothes that fit and look good. Put some effort in and you may start getting some more matches. And if you're going to be offended by this, I would strongly suggest you look at the amount of matches you have and take a look at yourself. Do something about it.
Why would any man want to improve himself to be with a woman who demands a Chad? I honestly think men should be improving themselves, but certainly not for these women at all.
To all you ladies who are single and in your 30s, when somebody asks you your relationship status, I want you to hold your head up high when you respond, I'm single. Because despite what you've been told, there is no shame in being single. Single does not mean that you are unlovable, and it does not mean that you are flawed. It simply means that you have not met the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you are waiting until you do. Period.
There's a reason why she is single at 30, and at that point, the reason is usually a bad one, and every woman seems to think she's the exception to the rule, and they honestly are not.
Women are no longer on dating websites. You know where they are? Bumble BFF. Usually every day I have maybe 2 or 3 new ones. The day after the election, I had 15 new. I've been on that app for 4 months now, and I've never seen more women looking for community than I do right now. Women are done with y'all.
That's fine. Men are done with women like this. It's really no big loss for most of us.
This is a PSA for all my 20-something girly pops out there dating men 10 years older than them. Yeah, he's dating you not because you're emotionally mature for your age. He's dating you because he's emotionally immature for his age, and no women his age want to date him. Hope that helps.
An emotionally mature woman, as it were, should have no need to record something so damn moronic.
Did you know that single women over the age of 27 in China are often referred to as leftover women? And this is because the country puts a heavy emphasis on starting a family very early. But many modern women in China simply don't see it this way, and some even consider this a national security threat.
Leftovers is a surprisingly good way to describe these women. I mean, nobody actually wants to be with them at this point, and they had their chance, let's be honest.
I gotta say, I didn't expect a video replay about somebody telling me that I should have just stayed married to turn into as much as it has today. Wow. When men stop being a problem, women will stop blaming them.
I swear, the need to just always be a victim makes women like this say the dumbest things imaginable.
Men will chase you even when they don't want you, even when they don't like you, even when they don't see a future with you or a relationship. Men will chase you just for the purpose of the chase. Men will chase you for the challenge, and as soon as they feel like they got you, that's when they switch up. I had this conversation with my ex one time about how men will actually go after a woman that they don't like, that they actually dislike, in order to conquer her. That they get satisfaction in knowing that they got you to like them enough to sleep with them and give them the time of day for them to then turn around and make you feel like you are nothing.
Why would any man want to pursue a woman that he doesn't like? I mean, that just makes no sense at all.
A high-value man is a man who has money. Period.
Well, gentlemen, sorry to say, but according to some, if you don't have a certain amount of money, there's nothing about you that could make you be considered high value.
It's not that I disagree with the fact that a high-value man has other qualities besides money. My only issue is that you could have the most respectful, kind, honest, faithful, humble man in the world. But when money is absent, nobody considers that man high value.
Meanwhile, a woman can say that she is quote-unquote high value, and that just magically makes it the truth, doesn't it?
Nobody, huh? Well, I would say there's a lot of individuals out there that would be more than pleased to disagree with that sentiment, because a lot of people put those values and character traits and loyalty and honesty far and above that of how much money a man happens to have. And anyone that values money, in my opinion, over all of those other traits, really is only after one thing.
High value man is this and that and that. But you take away finance. Nobody sees that man as high value.
Again with the nobody phrase, but I would actually say that those women that are actually really high value themselves are the ones that do see those men, and the ones that are wise enough to go after men for having more than just money in the bank.
When she says nobody, she's referring to herself, and she thinks that she represents the entire planet.
There's no greater love language than a man coming to pick you up from the airport. And every time I land, it's a subtle reminder that I don't have one. And I have to call an Uber. This sucks.
Anytime a modern woman doesn't want to do something, it's called a love language. Have you ever noticed that?
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard Business School are losers.
I go to Harvard Business School, and my girlfriends and I talk about this all the time. We came to Harvard Business School single, thinking that we were going to meet the man of our dreams there. And we were very, very, very disappointed. And why is that? This is my opinion, but my opinion is that in most places of higher education, the amount of beautiful women far exceed the amount of attractive men.
If those women are truly that beautiful, stunning, and perfect, then why isn't she dating them?
Which puts this dynamic where you have a bunch of beautiful girls
who are also very smart and successful, and they are chasing after men who are 4s out of 10s on a good day. So then you have a bunch of guys who graduate from HBS who frankly were never that cute to begin with, but because now they're at HBS, they're used to being chased, so they go back into the real world and they date women like you in cities like New York, and they don't know.
None of these women are chasing after ugly men. That is something that quite literally never happens. This is just ridiculous.
This boy just came up to me in the gym and was like, I'm just curious, how old are you? And I was like, 25. And he was like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, you looked a lot younger from farther away, my bad, and walks away. What? Was he trying to rage bait me? Because I am gonna think about that forever. Like, do I need Botox? Do I look old?
This is the world that modern women wanted. Good men stay away, and Chad does what he wants. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
What the heck happened to guys chasing girls? No, like seriously. I love asking couples and friends that I come across on how they met their boyfriend, and literally every freaking person just says, oh, on a dating app. What the hell happened? What happened to guys like being so obsessed with a girl that they see? They have an instant connection. And then girls play hard to get. And then the guy does anything in his power to win that girl over. Where the hell are these stories? Like, my dad chased my mom for so long. And literally every single one of my friends, especially the European ones, all of their dads chased their moms. I literally never hear these stories anymore. It's so sad.
Modern women went out of their way to be undesirable. We cannot be bothered with that. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.